Today we are talking all about Mortal Kombat! Hi guys, I'm your ghost hostess Mandy.
And I'm your master of ceremonies, Rudy.
And we are the Ghoulmates. We keep the spirit of Halloween alive all year through pop culture and nostalgia. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you don't miss out on any of our spooky surprises this year. So, first thoughts, how did you feel about the trailer?
I kind of feel like the movie has been like in production forever. Like, I don't know when I heard about it, but I know that they've been talking about making a rated R version of the movie. And I just been waiting a very long time to see this. So I was pretty happy with it. I feel like they didn't show a ton of stuff, but at the same time they did. Specifically when they showed Goro, I thought that was like a big reveal.
Oh yes, I wasn't expecting that.
But for the most part, I liked what direction they were going. I think my first sign was when I saw the red band trailer, or the MPAA card, and it was red. I was like, oh, that's awesome, because you never really see that unless it's something like, I feel like it's a marketing tool now, but it's actually to warn people.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw that was for Deadpool, because that's rated R. But yeah, everything I saw in the trailer was pretty awesome. But it was hard because Justice League and Godzilla vs. King Kong came out too.
Yes.
So there's tons of stuff happening with Warner Brothers, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it for so long. I've been a huge fan of Mortal Kombat for so long. So for me, it was a little new. It's an adjustment because I loved the original Sonya Blade so much. I'm used to the original actors in those roles. And so for me, it was like an adjustment when you're so used to something. Change is hard sometimes.
True.
But I'm excited because I know once I actually get into the movie and watch it, I'm gonna fall in love with the new characters, or not the new characters, but the new actors, and I'm sure I'm gonna geek out on Sonya Blade and Melina.
Yeah.
So
we didn't see any more girls in that, right? Just Melina and Sonya Blade, right?
I think those are the only ones we saw. There were some fans that were really upset that Melina doesn't appear to have her ravenous teeth, but the producer actually responded to a comment on Twitter about it, and he said that's not all of her.
Oh, okay.
So on that note,
I'm pretty sure they're hiding like all the good stuff, right?
I feel like there's a couple of things going on. You want to talk about Jax?
I think the first time we see Jax, Sonya is talking about, a secret mission looking for Sub-Zero, right? And Jax is one of the first people to encounter Sub-Zero, and in the scene that we saw, he finds Sub-Zero and tries to shoot Sub-Zero with a shotgun, but Sub-Zero is faster than him, freezes his gun and the bullets coming out, which was insane. And then, Jax and Sub-Zero get into some hand-to-hand combat, but Sub-Zero ends up grabbing both of his arms, freezing them, and then ripping them off, which was insane.
Yes.
It was crazy. And that's how Jax gets his like metal arms, which that was really cool how they did that. I'm not sure if that's like part of the Mortal Kombat like story. I'm not sure how he got his arms, but that was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as you said, well, we're finding out how Jax lost his arms, I was like, wait. And then when the producer said, that's not all of her, I'm like, wait a minute, is this gonna be kind of like an origins? Like you're gonna find out how people got into like the character, not the character, but like how they came to be who you know them as. And then I think you also had a theory about Scorpion.
In the trailer, you see an older character that looks like he's in some type of older setting, either Japan or China or somewhere else, but it's not like modern times. And he's doing the same thing that Scorpion does. Like he throws like the spear and he like kills all these people, but he's not dressed as Scorpion. But I think one of the characters is gonna be a descendant of like this Scorpion bloodline. Yeah, I think it's the guy that has the birthmark on his arm. They say he's born with it.
Or maybe it's Maybelline. That's all I can think every time I've seen the trailer. Every time I think Sonya's the one who says he's born with it, I'm like, or maybe it's Maybelline.
Does Maybelline still exist?
Yes.
That's like an old school
I'm wearing it. Maybelline, sponsor us. We did see There are theories around the internet that we also did get a sneak peek of Reptile in it. So let's just throw out, we saw in one trailer, we saw Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Sonya Blade, Jax, Goro. We saw Kano.
We saw Kung Lao, the guy with the hat that it has like a blade on his hat and he throws it. I don't know if
I don't remember that one. We saw Raiden.
Yeah.
Shao Kahn. Is that his name?
Well, Shao Kahn, he's a statue. Like he was a statue in the trailer. So it's not, he wasn't actually there, but there's a statue of him.
Okay. What's the name of the Your Soul is Mine guy?
Oh, Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. No. Sorry. Wow, I should know that. So that's 10, and I'm pretty sure I'm not even naming all of them. That I did kind of feel like there wasn't a lot of women in it either. I felt like it was, obviously, I get it, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are like the iconic Mortal Kombat characters. I was really happy though because Sonya has always been my #1 favorite, and it really does seem like she's gonna play a big role in it. Like she narrated the trailer, which was freaking awesome. It told me right away like she's gonna be a big part of it.
I hope so too. I mean, if you kind of follow the story from the original Mortal Kombat, it kind of follows her at the beginning.
Yes.
So she's like one of the major players, and I think that they're gonna continue with, like going with her. Something in the back of my head that I had though is like, I hope they don't do this, but it'd be funny if they killed her off really quickly.
Oh, you can't kill her off. Wasn't she like the first female on there?
I think so.
She's one of the original characters from the first game.
I think she's like the only girl character in the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think so. I might be wrong on that. We'll correct it in the show notes, in the description below. We're so used to show notes with the podcast. But yeah, I definitely felt that way too, because especially knowing that Melina's gonna be in this movie, because Kitana played a big role, kind of big role in the original movie. And so knowing Melina's in this one, I'm kind of just like, where they didn't show a lot of the female characters in it. I would have liked to see that more, but I'm also hoping that with that little tease we got from the producer about that's not all of Melina, that there's gonna be a lot more, and they're just trying to capitalize on their big characters, Sub-Zero, of course, and Scorpion. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think I ever saw the second Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Is that what it's called? So I'll never forget growing up, my favorite, like one of my favorite movies was Mortal Kombat because I loved Sonya's character. And like, I don't even remember what Kano says to her, but there's a scene where Kano and Sonya battle and she has him like in a leg lock kind of. And he tells her something and she's like, okay. And she like, so that's always stuck with me, and I've always loved that outfit. Like, it's so simple, but she looks so hot. And I'm just excited to see how she evolves in this film, like how that actress takes her to the next level, even though it's really weird seeing a new person.
How would you feel if Kano gets her in a leg lock and then he her?
That's not gonna happen. Listen, Warner Brothers, if that's what you do in 2021, we need to talk.
What was your favorite, like, brutal moment of the trailer? I guess action-wise. Action-wise,
you kind of already mentioned it, but my favorite was, as much as I'm like, there was too much Sub-Zero, was the gun with Sub-Zero. Like, as soon as you saw him freeze, like, the bullet and then the rest of the gun, I was like, oh, that's cool.
I think that my favorite part was when Sub-Zero and Scorpion are battling. And I think Sub-Zero cuts Scorpion somehow, and like a thing of blood flies off of him. And then Sub-Zero grabs it out of the air, but turns it into ice and then stabs Scorpion. Oh, that was cool. And then like, I think he still has him in like his blood knife, I guess you can call it. And then he like steps and then he makes like a wall of ice and then he throws them. That was pretty cool too. So I feel like they're like kind of borrowing more from the game. Like I think they paid attention more to the game. Like the first one, they kind of just made their own movie and stuff. And the only thing kind of, I guess, similar to the game that they have were just like the characters and the costumes. Do
you think that possibly it had to do with the ability to create special effects back then?
No, because you could have like done like the fatalities. You could have done that, but I mean, I think the thing that may have hindered that was maybe the budget, because making those special effects back then would have cost a lot of money. And now you could do it digitally, which is not cheaper per se, but it's easier. because you wouldn't have to like eat up production time, like making the effects happen. You can just like shoot a scene with them like reacting, and then you can just animate it later.
Right.
But yeah, I think I think we saw some other stuff. Like I saw Jax about to like crush someone's head. You know, I think I saw a Scorpion. He threw his like
get over
here thing, his harpoon. But I think something interesting is that the harpoon is not coming out of Scorpion. He's like just throwing it. Like
I noticed that, and that felt weird to me too.
Well, I mean, we've been playing Mortal Kombat 10 and 11, and he's been just throwing. It doesn't come out of him. He's throwing.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's kind of closer to that one to what we're seeing now in the game, which I'm okay with. I like it.
Yeah.
I actually think that Scorpion looks pretty badass when he's like all dressed up and there's fire around him. I thought that was pretty cool.
He did look pretty cool.
He looked closer to the video game version of Scorpion, the Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 10 and 11, like the newer ones. He looks like that Scorpion.
So let's get into the actual plot and storyline a little bit. So according to IMDb, the movie is about Cody, Maybelline guy. Maybelline guy is trying to fight. He is actually an MMA fighter, and he's trying to fight the best fighters on Earth to prepare for the Outworld Championship in Mortal Kombat that we all know about. So a little bit about that. I feel like the movie didn't really portray that, so it's kind of like not going with what the summary is on IMDb. Who updates those summaries? I'm not sure. I think fans do.
I think it's kind of like Wikipedia. Like anybody could update it, which is kind of odd.
So that might be off. A little concern there is I spoke to our familiar, who is our producer if you don't already know us, and he actually mentioned that he's kind of hoping that it's not really going that route because he wants to see more time spent in the Outworld versus on Earth. So hopefully that description is a little off of what it really is.
I think they go to Outworld in the original one.
Yes, they do.
They go on that boat and stuff. And yeah, I think they're just hiding a lot of stuff. This is the first. I mean, it's the first trailer, and like the movie's coming out really soon. So, but I mean, Justice League is about to come out too, and they barely put out their trailer. So, I think they're just kind of waiting to release like more stuff. But the closer we get, I think we're gonna see a bigger picture of what they're trying to do.
Yes, I agree. I definitely think that's kind of what I think made me feel so weird about the trailer. Is like for the first trailer, I feel like it would have built up a little more hype if it was more of a teaser versus like the longer trailer they did, because it was just like first trailer's out and they threw you 10 plus characters, tons of scenes, and my brain was just like, whoa, like the song in it was cool. It's the original song, like obviously recomposed, and it's just like, I would have liked the opportunity to like build up everything just because I'm a marketing person and I love that hype and that build up, so it would have been really cool like for a first teaser to be like the logo with the song and then like just a big flash of like one of the characters or something. And then I don't know, I just felt like there was so much in this one and my brain was just like, I don't know how I feel. There was too much information, too much and not enough information at the same time.
You know what would have been a cool like teaser trailer?
What?
Somebody doing a fatality to somebody.
Yes, I agree. And on that too, like this is gonna be super corny, but I kind of hope that it's corny in a way, and that when like the fatality happens, it's just like the game and it's like fatality.
I hope there's like a friendship.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm not gonna kill you, I'm just gonna give you a hug.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like having like an interactive one would be kind of cool. I don't think that's where the movie's going, but it would have been kind of cool to see like some kind of interaction with the movie where it behaved like a video game. That's a cool concept.
Right. I think we got a glimpse of that. I think they're kind of doing that kind of to a certain extent. I think Kano, there's a scene with Kano where he's holding someone's heart and he just probably like finished him. And he says, Kano wins.
Oh, he did? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he says Kano wins. So I think, well, I mean, that's obviously from the game. So he might be, that's maybe one little thing that they're going to do in it. I think they're going to insert stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. I was telling our familiar too that I kind of like wish we were living back in 20 years ago when like the corny 3D was still out, because now 3D is like realistic 3D, which I get it, but I liked 3D back when it was like, whoa, the pop out effect, and like it would be really cool if you got that kind of Mortal Kombat with like the blood splattering at you during the fatalities.
Yeah, there's also like an immersive theater that adds like water and wind.
4D.
Mm-hmm. So that would be pretty cool too. It gets splashed with water.
Or getting cold when Sub-Zero comes out.
Look at
that. Okay, so last question. Which character are you most excited to see in this movie?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't know all of the characters that are going to be in the movie, so I'm kind of hoping for Reptile, because I love Reptile. Because I remember when I was a kid, he was like that unlockable character you would get in the first Mortal Kombat. I don't think he was even called Reptile. Yeah, he was called Reptile. But right now I'm really excited about Scorpion. He looks really cool. And Sub-Zero. Those are like my two favorite characters. Like I remember when I first watched the movie and they first appeared, they're like, I guess, teammates, and they come in to like make their presence known in the ship, and they like freeze a gun, and the other one just opens up his little hand with a little monster. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome. So seeing them for the first time on screen when I was a kid, it was a memorable moment. So those are my two favorite characters. What about you?
Well, my favorite character, I said it, is Sonya Blade. However, I have recently developed a huge fangirl crush on Melina playing Mortal Kombat X.
Oh, yeah.
And I think she's on 11 too, but I'm more familiar with Mortal Kombat X. Is it X or 10?
Well, 10, but there's also XL.
Oh, that's
true. They're
true.
just playing with 10 and just making it X.
So Mortal Kombat 10 and above.
10 and above. Extra large, extra large, all those.
But I don't know why, like I've just always been so loyal to Sonya that I never tried other characters, and then I found Melina and I was like, she bites people.
She's a biter.
Yeah, and I just love how crazy she is, and she's purple. So today's look was inspired by Melina, in case anyone didn't put it together.
Do one of these. The camera.
I got my skulls, purple lipstick, and crazy buns that I think Melina would appreciate. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the Melina character in this movie, especially after what the producer said. So Mortal Kombat is coming out on HBO Max on April 16th. That date might change based on how things have been going lately, so be sure to stay tuned to the Ghoulmates on Instagram, where we share all of the updates. And you're gonna really want to stay tuned to Instagram, because we might be announcing an opportunity to battle the Ghoulmates on Mortal Kombat, the video game, very soon.
I've been practicing though.
And I've been practicing my whole life, so just kidding, I'm not that good. But let us know in the comments down below which character you're most excited to see in this movie, because you know who we're excited for. Until next time, we're sending you bites and kisses.
Bye.
You know what to do, Ghoulsters. Don't make us haunt you. Like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and hurry back.